Good evening and welcome to this edition of Newsleader on 6. Today is Tuesday, October 25th, 2016. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Andrew Todd. In tonight's news, the city of Tullahoma will celebrate the completion of the recent renovation of the downtown area this Thursday. An arrest has been made in the stabbing death of a Tullahoma man. We'll tell you how seniors can save money on their automobile insurance. Tom Corrington will talk with the candidates in the 16th District Senatorial race. And the play Peter and the Starcatcher opens this week at South Jackson Civic Center. We'll have all these stories and more on tonight's Newsleader on 6.
Hi, I'm Mike Winton, and I'm running for State Senate for the 16th District of Tennessee. Raised by a single mother who worked multiple jobs to raise our family, I understand the value of hard work and the obstacles met by many members of this district. Because of this, I'm committed to ensuring that you have access to education and health care. Whether I'm on a mission trip or running my business, I always remember it's about our witness and not about me. Be sure to vote for me, Mike Winton, so that our district can win with Winton.
This ad paid for by the candidate.
I see a train a-coming, it's rolling up the track, and it looks like that train's loaded with a real good Democrat. Mike's headed up to Nashville, that's where we need him to be. And if we all vote for Winton, we'll finally have a state senator who really represents you and me.
Be sure to vote for me, Mike Winton, so that our district can win with Winton.
Welcome back. Downtown Tullahoma will come alive this Thursday afternoon with music, special sales, open houses, and refreshments as the city celebrates the recent renovation of the downtown area. Also, 2 lucky individuals will go home with over $1,500 in door prizes. Music will also be an important part of the afternoon. Musicians will be performing from 3 to 6 p.m. at 3 locations, 2 on Lincoln Street and 1 on Northwest Atlantic Street. The event activities will continue from noon until 6 p.m. Tullahoma Mayor Lane Curley said, quote, "Downtown Tullahoma has changed so much in the past years. The renovation work is complete with new sidewalks, lamp posts, signage, flower beds, paving and striping. More improvements are planned, including trees and the planters, which will be added after the first freeze, and seasonal banners will be added to the decorative lamp post. Plus, there are many new businesses, new managers and owners, new product lines, and many new building renovations. This is a great opportunity to get out and enjoy walking around the downtown area," end quote.
A 16-year-old Tullahoma youth has been charged in the August 15, 2016 stabbing death of Carlos Harris. Harris was found lying on the ground at the Dossett Apartments, 927 East Grundy Street, and was deceased upon arrival of police officers and EMS. A single puncture wound to the chest was observed and was later determined by medical examiners to be the cause of death. Detective Johnny Gore consulted with the district attorney's office, and after reviewing the information gained during the investigation, the charges of second-degree murder, aggravated assault resulting in death, and voluntary manslaughter were brought against the juvenile. The juvenile was taken into custody last Thursday and was transported to the Rutherford County Juvenile Detention Facility, awaiting further court proceedings.
Tullahoma Police Chief Paul Blackwell offers some advice on how seniors can cut the cost of their automobile insurance.
Last week I spoke to the Senior Citizen Center. They were having their annual driver improvement class for AARP, where people can get a discount on their insurance if they take the program. And there was a huge class. There's about 30 people. Last year when I spoke to them, there were only maybe about 15 or 16, so almost doubled this year. And I go in and just kind of say hello and tell them a little bit about the department and then open it up for questions. And they had some great questions. These are our senior drivers, and they were asking some of the very same questions we have, topics that we discussed here. And then it's interesting to talk about the difference between a younger driver and older drivers, and this question: should we test our older drivers? Have a standard retest for them? And so it was very interesting. They asked questions such about texting and driving.
Right.
They're concerned with the use of headlights, pedestrians walking on the road, how to deal with bicyclists, and all of these topics we've discussed here. So it was very enjoyable to share with them.
You mentioned a moment ago that there's a huge discount for insurance. Did you
I believe
describe
they
it
get
that
about
way?
a 10% discount.
I see. Well, that can be significant.
Which can be significant. I just paid my insurance the other day, and if I could get a 10% discount, that'd be appreciative.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But it was a very good group of people asking what I considered really relevant questions.
More Newsleader on 6 is coming up after these messages.
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family, caring for your family since 1932.
Welcome back. Channel 6's Tom Corrington spoke recently with the state Senate candidates for the 16th District. In this segment, the candidates convey why they believe you should vote for them and what their stand is on medical marijuana.
I hope you're going to get out and vote. This is a very, very hot season for elections, and more so on the national scene than locally, but it's important that you get out there. Today we want to talk about the two candidates for the 16th District Senate seat in the Tennessee legislature. Those are the incumbent, Senator Janice Bowling, and the Democratic challenger, Mike Winton. We have a little bit of a unique situation this morning. Senator Bowling is all tangled up in meetings in Washington. She wasn't able to be here in person, but we're trying to include her in the show by phone. So you'll be hearing her voice, hopefully, and remind you that the 16th District is comprised of 7 counties: Grundy, Warren, Coffee, Franklin, Sequatchie, Marion, and Van Buren. We're ready to go. Mike, let's begin with you, or we'll switch to Senator Bowling. Let's begin with you. How come you should be the one to be voted for?
I could not tell if you were asking Mr. Winton or me, Tom. Did you switch to me?
That's to you, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you so much, and good morning to both of you, and good morning to the audience. It's quite simple. And in leading a campaign, I always rely on the prayers, support, and actions of an army of grassroots helpers. Good government is certainly not a spectator sport, and friends who share my values also work to share their abilities to help me make their voice in state government. And working together in a campaign creates relationships that also give me direct insight into the needs and visions of each county, which I have gained over these last 4 years, and actually over serving people in that county in various capacities for more years than that. So building relationships based on trust, integrity, and shared values, and shared concerns, and the shared love of God, family, and country creates the network of service. Okay. And as I meet with the groups, large and small, I have the opportunity to listen and learn from all of them, And so I would say if you value life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, our God-given, constitutionally protected rights, and a state government that respects your personal responsibility and accountability, I would sincerely invite you to join the bowling team. I'm Janice Bowling, asking for your prayers, your support, and your vote.
Okay, thank you. Mike, why you?
Well, Tom, as a native son of Middle Tennessee, actually grew up in the heart of the 16th District. There are people that have addressed me with concerns and interest of needs that they feel aren't getting fulfilled. When I started my campaign, I didn't want to have a platform that was about Mike Winton. So I started surveying people and asking, what are your concerns? What are the needs of the people of the 16th District? And that has become our platform. And we found that listening to people, even as much as we try, we've still fallen short. And I want to be that voice in Nashville that continues to work day after day after day, not only looking for the needs of the people, but also looking for resolutions for those needs.
There was an article in the paper the other day about a Republican member of the legislature who is in Colorado studying marijuana for medical use, and he was particularly talking about folks who've moved from Tennessee there for that because it is available in Colorado. So I just wanted to ask you what your take is on marijuana for medical use. Senator Bowling?
Thank you, Tom. That has been a subject that's been here on the Hill since I got here, and we have passed legislation that does allow pilot studies to see how that is used, particularly the oil, and those that are low in the THC that will not be an issue recreationally. It would take a train carload of whatever it would be, the oil or that, to actually create the dangerous part of marijuana. But marijuana, as it is grown now, is over 300 times more potent than it was, say, 20 or 30 years ago. It is a very dangerous controlled substance by the federal government. So I think the federal government is still speaking loud and clear on this issue because it is a controlled substance, and whether or not it will be used for medical just as it exists on the street now, I doubt that will happen at all. If they can extract oil and can find uses for those oils that are not dangerous to the general public or accessible in any way, recreational use, those are things that are being studied right now in Tennessee. One thing I would say that it's in Colorado, of course, they're in violation of federal law, I guess, if you say they're using it not only for medical purposes, but it's being sold for recreational purposes. And I think that there is tremendous evidence that it actually damages the brain and the neurological stability of a person, and the younger they start using it, the more dangerous it is in their lives.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Mike?
Not having a background in the medical field, Tom, I don't know all the dangers maybe or all the benefits of marijuana. I do know that I have a grandson that suffers from seizures, and I have a brother that actually is going through treatment for cancer. My grandson has never found from help with any medication that has been able to help him control. And he's been on such medicines as phenobarbital, even at a very young age. I believe
from seizures.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I believe that his doctors has let my daughter know that they feel like medical marijuana could contribute to some relief from those seizures. We were blessed that we got the cannabis oil passed through legislature, and some of that's been used a little, but it's still not effective as it is. I've also met with some farmers about this same thing, and they feel like that it could be, as long as it's overseen by government, as long as it's controlled, that it could also become a cash crop for some of our farmers that may not have the advantages of some of the larger farms now.
Senator Bowling seems to be particularly concerned about control of the growth, that some of it is dangerous since it's not supervised. So
Yeah, it'd have to be supervised, and I would never under any circumstance even support or co-sponsor recreational marijuana. So.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac is your one-stop truck shop for any kind of truck you're looking for.
The all-new 2015 Chevrolet Colorado is here. Plus, we've got cab and chassis and dualies.
And a full-size pickup truck selection that goes on for miles.
And a huge selection of certified pre-owned and used trucks galore.
Check out all our inventory online at stanmcnabb.com or ILikeBigTrucks.com. Remember, Stan McNabb is a dealer that always has more trucks for less bucks.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
Welcome back. The play Peter and the Starcatcher opens next week at South Jackson Civic Center. Peggy Burton spoke with cast member Elijah Kidd about his involvement in the production.
I have Elijah Kidd with me today. You want to say hello, Elijah?
Hello.
We've known Elijah around South Jackson Civic Center for a couple or 3 years. How long have you been over there?
I think 3-4 years maybe.
3 or 4 years. Can you tell me exactly what got you interested in coming to South Jackson?
Well, we came there for a play, and then when I saw Rob back there doing the lights, I like technical stuff like the lights.
Okay.
And I asked him what he was doing, and then that's how it all got started, and he told me how to do it.
So you have done South Jackson Goes Country, right?
Yes.
Was that hard?
Not really.
Not really.
No.
And you're talking about Mr. Rob Allen, who he had taught you how to run, because I've seen you going up front, plugging things in, and you seem to know all about it. And that's where you first got interested?
Yeah.
And I love that. And if you were to try to tell me what you wanted to be when you got older, what would that be?
I mean, maybe like a lighting director like Rob.
That's a good ambition, and I feel sure you can do it. And do you know what a lighting director does? What would you think he does?
You before the show, make sure all the lights are working and running, and he make sure everyone's in their light, and
everyone is in a certain light.
Certain light in place.
And then you, at this great big board with all these things on it that I don't have a clue about, know which one to push to get the right area of the stage. Is that correct?
Yes.
I love it. I love it. But you're in the 4th grade now, aren't you?
Yes.
What are you studying in school?
Math, about and social studies about the Indians.
Yeah. That's the American Indians.
And in science, we're studying about plant cells and animal cells.
Which do you like the best?
Out of all the subjects, I like science the best. Social studies second best.
Second best. Well, there's a lot to learn there. Now, I know you're involved in Peter and the Starcatcher.
Yes.
So we want to make sure people know about that. What are you playing in this?
I am playing one of the little boys, one of the children.
One of the children. And do you have a lot of dialogue?
Yeah, I think so.
Can you remember any of it?
I can remember 2 of my lines.
You want to say them for me?
One of them's at the start and one of them's in between it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me your lines.
One of them is high as a cloud and lighter than air.
Higher than a cloud?
High as a cloud.
High as a cloud and lighter than air. What do you think that means?
I don't really know. Like you're maybe a feather high as a cloud, but you're lighter than the air.
Which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
You feel like you're free. Maybe if you're flying or something like that, you feel a freedom. And this play, you were going to tell me how much it costs to get in.
Yeah. On November 4th and 5th, first and second weekend of November, On Fridays and Saturdays, it is 15 at 7 p.m. 15 for adults, 10 for 18 and under. And on Sundays, it's 2:30 to 2 p.m.
2:30 p.m. is correct.
Yeah, 2:30.
And it's the same price.
Yes.
And to get tickets, do you remember the phone number?
455
5321. That's kind of easy. 455-5321. And if you don't live in Tullahoma, 931-455-5321. And it's a great play to bring children to, and I go because I'm going to love it. Is this a musical? Is there any singing in this?
There is singing in it.
Okay.
But I'm not sure if it's a musical or not.
Just some singing?
Yeah.
And are you in any of the singing scenes?
Yes, I think so.
You think you're singing a little bit? And who's doing the lighting for this?
I think Rob, I'm not sure, because he might have someone else do it since he has to just run all over the place.
And is he directing? Or is Eric?
He is directing.
He is directing. And have you noticed that it's not just the people on stage that are important? A lot of people that are important. Number one, the lighting director.
Number two, sound.
Sound is awesome. You've got to have a good sound person and that knows how to work all those little. Have you done any sound?
Some, but not at an actual play.
Do you find yourself interested in doing sound, or you just mainly?
Once I'm done with the lighting.
You're going to learn to do sound?
Yes.
Well, I think that would be good. Well, Elijah Kidd, thank you for coming. I love what you do, and I love what you represent in the 4th grade in Tullahoma.
More Newsleader on 6 is coming up in just a moment.
Have you heard the news? The Russell Barnett Automotive family has launched its new and improved website. That's russellbarnett.com. With over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from, then look no further than russellbarnett.com. Online service appointments, customer testimonials, and vehicle history reports, this website has it all. We're the largest Middle Tennessee family-owned dealership with 5 locations to choose from. russellbarnett.com, and why buy anywhere else?
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's going to be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
And welcome back. The flu season is once again upon us. Let's watch this video to learn when you should seek medical attention in case you get that dreaded flu.
There are emergency warning signs you'll want to know about. Anyone who has any of these signs should get medical care right away. Look for these flu emergency warning signs in children. Fast breathing or trouble breathing. Bluish skin color. Not drinking enough fluids. For example, the child is not going to the bathroom as much as normal or having significantly fewer wet diapers. Not waking up or not interacting. The child may be so irritable that he or she doesn't want to be held, or he or she may have flu-like symptoms that improve, but then return with fever and a worse cough. To review, get emergency help right away if your child has any of these emergency warning signs. Fast breathing or trouble breathing. Bluish skin color. Not drinking enough fluids, or not having as many wet diapers or going to the bathroom as normal. Not waking up or not interacting. Being so irritable that the child does not want to be held. Flu-like symptoms improve, but then return with fever and worse cough. The emergency warning signs are slightly different for adults. Get medical care right away for any adult who has one or more of the following symptoms: difficulty breathing or shortness of breath.
Honey, I think we need to get to the emergency room right now. You're so short of breath.
Another emergency warning sign to look for is pain or pressure in the chest or abdomen, or having sudden dizziness. The person may appear confused, or have severe vomiting or vomiting that is persistent and continues.
John, I'm gonna vomit again. I can't believe I feel this bad.
To review, look for these emergency warning signs in adults: difficulty breathing or shortness of breath, pain or pressure in the chest or abdomen, sudden dizziness, confusion, severe or persistent vomiting.
Yes, my wife, she has the flu, and she keeps vomiting, and she just can't seem to stop.
If you or your loved one has any of the warning signs described in this video, get medical care right away.
Don't forget to tune into this week's Living Show tonight at 6:30 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evenings at 6:30 p.m. This week's guests include Miss Deb Holliday from Life Care in Tullahoma, who will invite everyone to come and participate in all of the upcoming holiday events at their place. Marilyn Ewing will bring Sylvia Pinson by to tell us how you can have fun in Shelbyville while helping out a worthwhile cause. And we'll also hear from Tullahoma Police Chief Paul Blackwell. All that and more on this week's Living.
And stay with us. We'll have your weather forecast right after these messages.
Trucks, trucks, and more trucks. Keith Barnett here with the Russell Barnett Automotive family, and we have your next truck. From the Ford F-Series, the Ram, Chevrolet, or the GMC, then look no further than the Russell Barnett family. With over 350 new and pre-owned trucks to choose from, now is the time to buy. Stop by one of our 5 locations. That's Russell Barnett Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Chevrolet GMC, Ford of Winchester, and Russell Barnett Ford and Kia of Tullahoma, or visit us on the web at russellbarnett.com. Why buy anywhere else?
All I have to do to think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do, you know.
Everyday miracles at Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
The Tullahoma Animal Shelter's 13th annual Bark in the Park fundraiser is Saturday, October 29th from 10 to 2 at Wagner Park. It's a day of family fun to raise money for medical care for dogs in the no-kill shelter. Sponsorships, silent auction items, and volunteers are needed. Admission is free and tickets are available for games and food. If you'd like to help out, contact Teresa Holt, 931-454-9580, Animal Control at tullahomatn.gov, or visit the website.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1931 at 84 degrees. The record low was in 1955 at 25 degrees. The average high on this day is 68 and the average low is 44. Mostly clear weather in forecast for tonight with a low of around 52. Partly cloudy weather expected on Wednesday with a high of 76 and a low of 60. And that partly cloudy weather forecast continues into Thursday with a high of 77 and a low of 52. And that's our Newsleader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for Newsleader on 6. You have a good evening.
Have a great evening.